Good morning, and welcome back to my Pagan Pathworks. My name is Lisa, and if you're new to the channel, I invite you to like and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for rejoining me. I am really glad that everybody is here. Um, so, today's topic is when you question everything. Because there are times when you might. And it's I believe that it is just another aspect um, of the dark night of the soul. It's not something that, I mean, I suppose you could say that it's shadow work. It's really, for me, it's really hard. It's hard to describe. So this started when I discovered the trolls on my Facebook page. That was really the beginning of it. But there was a whole chain of events that happened for me. It was like I've been asking the universe to guide me to a full-time job because I need to go back to work full-time, and so I've been putting in applications, and I I finally got a response back, and I went into the interview, and one of the things that I would have to be doing for this particular company would be dealing with confrontational people who are, they're off their meds. And so to say that I was disappointed would be an understatement, because the whole reason that I left my last full-time job was because my customer was so confrontational that it was triggering my own mental illness. I was pretty in pretty bad shape by the time that I left there. So I I got home and I kind of went, what the F? Because, you know, I feel like maybe that's what Morgan is asking me to work on, is because I don't deal well with confrontation. It normally, it just makes me shut down and retreat. Now, in the middle of a conversation, I'm not just gonna turn around and leave. I will, you know, if I can avoid confrontation, I will. But I deal with it as it just causes me an extreme amount of anxiety to have to deal with confrontation, and it's not something I want to work on. I'm perfectly happy not working on that particular uh, character flaw, if you will. Um, I don't want to learn how to deal with confrontation, and you know, and I have told her this, that This is not something that I'm willing to do. The problem is there's probably going to be some repercussions to that. I don't know. Not to say that Morgan is a vindictive goddess, because she's not really. Um, she's just very demanding of her followers in some respects, and she wants you to be the best version of you that you can be, and I appreciate that 100% of the way, and but this this is where I draw the line. I'm 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 not I'm not wanting to deal with that aspect of my personality. It causes me too much anxiety, and I do not think well on my feet. And then the next, and on top of everything else, my mother's car broke down so bad that the mechanic couldn't fix it, so she had to have it towed over to the dealership. And on the bright side of this story is that she did come home with the brand new car. However, it starts her over in the process, and she's now looking at 6 years before she gets this car paid off. And so it's disappointing to say the least. So there was a lot of chain of events, and if you followed my written blogs, and sometimes my written blogs are a lot more cohesive than my videos, but it for a lot of different reasons, the trolls on my Facebook felt like such a betrayal. And I feel like I closed my Grey Wolf business based on faulty information. And so this week I reopened the business, and I've been trying to update the website, and I've kind of taken a different approach to Grey Wolf than I did in the past. Before, I was trying to create my own job and grow it enough where it would support me. And right now, what I'm hoping to accomplish is just to find buyers for the stock that I have right now, and whatever I create in the future with the bead stash that I have left. Oh my god, I have a ton of beads. And creating beautiful things, whether it be sewing or crafting or my jewelry work, it is part of who I am as a Libra. I mean, it's Libras appreciate things of beauty, and the things that I make are really beautiful in my opinion. And a lot of other people also share that opinion. They just, for whatever reason, they just don't buy it. And that's all part of this really frustrated darkness that's invaded me lately, is because, you know, sometimes it feels like no matter what I do, no matter how I try to get around it or under it or over it, um, it just feels like right now I've hit a brick wall, and I can't go any further. And it's frustrating because, you know, everybody wants to do well, everybody wants to be successful, and even when you change your definition of what successful is, if you're struggling to make ends meet in the world, it it causes you a lot of stress. And man, I'm there. I am struggling, and it's gonna get a lot worse if, when I lose my parents, if I don't get my crap together before they're gone. I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble, because truth be told, right now I can't support myself on what I make. Um, I couldn't pay the bills in our home on what I make working part-time. So, and that's part of the reason for my frustration with the situation. That's like, man, and I'm talking about this because I want other people to know that when they're going through this is part of your spirituality. You're gonna have times when you question everything, and I have questioned everything this week. It's like, oh my God, I ask you for help. You send me someplace where it's gonna put me right back in stress, and what the hell? I mean, I need some help with this job search. I need you to, put it in some person's heart to call me in for an interview and hire me, because I need a full-time job and I need benefits. I need health insurance, etc., etc., etc. And, it's like, out of all the applications I put in, that one called me back. And in other words, it's crickets chirping, and I'm like, I've tried making my own job, and, I've I'm doing the best I can to relearn how to manage my money, and it's like, come on, meet me halfway, meet me in the middle, please help me. And then the longer crickets are chirping, the more you're going, well, maybe it's just my fate to live in poverty the rest of my life. And and that kind of thinking turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy. And if you stay in that negative frame of mind. So I'm really having to work hard to stop saying that out of my mouth, and to quit thinking that it's never going to get better, because yesterday that's the way I felt. It's never going to get better. And there are times when maybe you're going to feel that way. And even though I went out and I walked around the lake for a good long time yesterday, because I just needed to get out of the house and I needed to clear my head. And since, I'm pretty much broke, I can't get in the car and go south like I usually do when I really need a shot of comfort, so to speak. So I went out to the lake and just walked around the lake, and it was very, very comforting, and it really helped a lot. So this morning, I'm like sitting here in the chair going, okay, um, it's me against the wall. How do I move the wall? That's that's my question now, is how do I move that wall? How do I get it out of the way? Um, what is it that I need to do to clear the path and get that wall out of my way? And right now, I can't, I can't answer that question. I need to. get in meditation. I need to get in touch with my spirit guides. I need to spend some time reading the cards just for me and maybe find some answers to that question, because right now I feel like, I did some things yesterday while I was at the lake, and um, hoping that will help. So that's it for this week's update. I will be doing a garden update on Saturday, and so I hope to see you back then. And I thank you very much if you're still with me, I thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about this morning. And I hope that if you are going through this yourself, that you just first don't panic, and just give yourself some time and sage yourself. Do things that help you feel better about you, and hang in there, because the answers will come. The universe always answers the question when you ask, even if you don't like the answer. So thank you very much for joining me today, and hope to see you back on Saturday, and have a great rest of your day.